Hello folks, welcome to Unicorn Light Tarot. Thank you so much for being here with me today on my channel. Such an honor to be here reading for you today. I want to thank everybody for being here. For brand new folks, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for your continued support and all of your beautiful messages and suggestions. Keep them coming. I really, really appreciate it. So today, I thought we would concentrate on love. I'm actually planning to do a few more readings on love, a little bit more specific on love and when it's coming in and who they are. But I thought today what we would do is love in January 2020, your love forecast. So yeah, anything we have for you love-wise in January coming your way. I know a lot of people are making New Year's resolutions, and a lot of people have had a great year of cleaning out and releasing, and they're totally ready for brand new beginnings, including new relationships and love. So let's see what the cards say for you today. So I thought what we would do too, I've been doing charms, but I thought this could be really fun. I got these for Christmas. They're just magnets that you put on your fridge, but I thought we would use them today for extra words like charms. So I like to do anything that could resonate personally with people, because these are very, very general messages and, you know, general readings. So I'm not going to interpret too much what the words say, because the words are words, but we'll definitely go through them. And if any of those words resonate with you as a little extra vavum to your reading, then absolutely fantastic. So as usual, we have 3 piles. I thought we would keep it light and fun today. So we've got this little pup for pile 1, super cute. We've got another pup, but he's pink. Oh, you know what? That's a pig. I'm sorry. Little piggy, pile 2. And then we have, I think this is a rabbit on pile 3. These cute little figurines. So as always, take your time. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Make sure one of them resonates with you. If more than one pile resonates, that's perfectly fine too. If you need to, go ahead and pause the video. And as always, the timestamps will be listed down below, so you can go straight to your pile and find out when love, or what your love forecast is for 2020, January at least. All right. So let's put this aside for now. And okay, pile 1. If you chose the little doggy, who's super cute, we're going to put him over here. Let's see what your love forecast is for the beginning of January, the brand new decade, 2020. Drum roll, please. The Divine Feminine. Well, hello. The Owl, Wisdom, Deception. The number 17. 13 is usually a pretty big number too. That's a sign of, it's a very lucky number for me. Some people don't see it as lucky, but I always see 13 as lucky. The number 17 here. So we have sort of this beautiful little circumstance here with inner child and taking note of innocence. And then we have the Magician reversed. And then we have the 4 of Athames, 4 of Swords here, taking some time out. What I'm going to do is, I actually like working with the words now. See what we have. All right. So you have, for your words, you have language, using your voice. You have beat. You have we, which is a good sign. At. Luscious, which is wonderful. Show. She, which goes with the Divine Feminine. Stop, which goes here with the 4 of Swords, 4 of Athames, taking it easy. And chant. Okay, what else do we have here? So bitter and blood, that's an interesting one. So we could go and there's endless amount of sentences I'm sure that we can make with this. And if you want to, go ahead and do that. That might be fun. But the first thing that I'm getting for you pile one, is that you're definitely working on reassessing, getting not just your power back, but reassessing what you want in a relationship. I feel as though there's been some disappointment in the past with relationships where you hoped for the best, but the other person didn't really measure up. I feel as though language here is that you really in many ways you know what you want, but you don't always. You sometimes settle for less, or you have in the past, but you're not doing that anymore. The stop says here. What I love about this is like blood and beat. What I love about this is that it's really coming back to your own bloodline, to your own language, to what it is that you want. And I feel as though your divine feminine is definitely rising here, and it's more than that. You're coming into your own wisdom, specifically what you want. You've had to return to older relationships to figure out sort of what went wrong. And I think the general consensus for you, pile one, really is that you've settled for less, and that you've been disappointed in the past. But I do feel as though there's been a lot of armor that's come off, that you've taken off, and there's less fighting, there's less protection. You're willing to go out there and do your thing. So what I'm seeing here is that not just a resurgence of power, but a reclaiming of power in a brand new way. And what I see for the Four of Athames now, when we look at this at first sight, it may look like he's just taken a break, the duck's off, we've got the Four of Athames here, they're relaxing. So it's really easy for us to say that you're going to be taking a break and seeing what's happening. But actually what I'm getting from this is that you're absolutely ready for love, and you will be attracting it, but you're easygoing with it now. There's an easiness to your wisdom. There's an easiness to, like I said, you've taken off the armor. You're ready to show lusciousness. I love all of this. The chant, again, getting back into your own power and bringing back your own wisdom. And the we says to me that you're definitely going to be coming into relationship status. I would say for love, for you, pile one, you're going to be having fun in January. I think you're going to be attracting a lot of different people, and I think it'll be up to you. A lot of different types of energies too. And take your time and see which one pans out for you. Like, have some fun. Like in the past, I think as though you may have been not obsessed by any stretch of the imagination, but you may have been concerned that, you wanted to settle down, or you wanted to find the one. And I feel as though in certain situations that may have not gone in your favor with relationships, because that ideology, that need maybe clouded your judgment before. But now that's really, you've gone out of your way to exist beyond what that meant to you. And now that you're reclaiming and it's not just a reclaiming of power, you're reclaiming your fun, your playfulness, your lusciousness, like I said, your language, the way that you speak. You're settling for nothing less, but that's obvious. The she, I feel, is the divine feminine. And here with your blood, you're claiming what it is that you want. And I feel as though with bitter, there was disappointment in the past because of the projections that you put onto relationships, but you're no longer doing that. So you've stopped doing that. I mean, this is what I'm getting, but please, go ahead with if any of the words are resonating with you in a different way, that's why they're here. But I'm just going to read them the way that I'm feeling and based on the message, the channeled messages that I'm getting. But I'd love to hear from you if any of this like sort of sentences popped out, or any of this resonated with you in a different way, because that's what it's all about. So at and I love that these are, words that come into each other, join sentences together, join people together, join relationships together. And on the other side of it, we just don't know what it's going to be. So I think for you, it's the beat. You've come into a completely different way of being in relationships, which is going to be really, really, really beautiful for you and really interesting. And again, it's about reclaiming your sense of understanding of what it is that you need on a real primordial level, but also on a very spiritually deep level. So, but at the same time, you're ready to have fun. You're not going to make the same mistakes again. And something, you've taken off that armor. You've really allowed yourself to be vulnerable. And you're not intimidated by being vulnerable anymore. Before, when you were vulnerable with people, especially in relationships or potential dating situations, I felt as though you felt as though you had to be protected. And then there was this dance or this game that inevitably sort of came up with you and your partner. But now there's no outcome. You know who you are. And if somebody stays, they stay, or you move on, you move on. You're completely open to a brand new beginning. And you're really easygoing. There's this real sort of sense of ease with you. That's really, really beautiful. And I love this show and this lusciousness and this chanting. It's got a vision of you like sort of singing and out in the woods and sort of and just being there and being you, and whoever wants to be with you is wonderful. And that's not to say that you don't get to choose. It's quite the opposite. Paradoxically, before you chose in a certain way, in a certain direction for a certain projection. Now that you no longer need to choose, there's so much choice around you. It's anyone's game here. I would say for January, you're going to have so much fun. Don't settle. Have fun. See where it goes. I see many different suitors. I do see there's one suitor that has dark hair and a great laugh. They just popped in. And I think that one's going to take your fancy maybe a little bit more than the other ones. There's something a little bit more sort of articulate with him. And, the word is flashy. And I think a part of you is, let's see how that goes. And I feel as though with you before, you might have felt like people would be putting on airs and you're a little bit worried about that, sort of the arrogance. I feel as though in the past you have either attracted people who are really arrogant and don't listen and don't see you, or you've treated people who are not on your same level, who are far lower frequency than you are, and attracted to you because you've done work on yourself. And I feel as though there's not been that happy medium, but now you've hit that 2019, coming out of that and doing all that work, and you've hit this stride where you're just open and ready and the armor is off. So I would say be careful of the old coming up, like we said, with the arrogance, like just laugh it off. It's okay to have some of those old thoughts come up and see, and measure some of the people and the suitors that are coming in, measure them up to some of the old relationships that you had. That's perfectly natural to want to take 3 steps back and sort of revert back into your old life and compare and contrast. But as it comes up, try not to do that and just laugh it off. This is brand new beginnings. Let this person be flashy. Let this person wine and dine you. You deserve it. Unlike the past, there's no catch this time. And that's the other thing. I feel like you've attracted people in the past who were not who they perceived themselves to be. Sort of this sort of trickster energy around you. But you've elevated your frequency. You're not in that contingency anymore. You're absolutely not going to manifest, or you're not going to bring that kind of energy into your life anymore. That's just not what you're attracting. So I would say, do your show, be luscious. There is a we, so I feel as though with the suitors that are coming in, there's definitely going to be one, like we said, that's going to be in the forefront, the front runner, like we said before. But have fun. Our advice here is just to have fun and don't choose right away like you would have at the beginning. Allow yourself to have fun. If you're the type of person that doesn't date more than, 1 or 2 people, just go out on a couple dates with different people and see how it goes. Open yourself up to these new energies. Trust who you are. Don't second guess. That's another thing that you've done in the past. I feel as though you've you wanted to try and control how people have seen you in everyday life in general, which is something that you've also let go of. You've now come into yourself in a brand new way, but it's something that you've done before in the dating world. But this for you, language is all open up. You are not doing this anymore. So this is wonderful. You're just going out there and having your own time, enjoying your own magic. And your mantra is, if they don't get it, they get to step it. And for some reason, that's exactly what I get. If they don't get it, they get to step it. So remember, if they're not falling into and appreciating you at the highest level, settle for nothing and then move on, because there's going to be plenty of other suitors for you in January. So this is going to be a fantastic time for fun and play. And I think for you, just exercising the new you that's come out of the freedom of 2019, you've done a hell of a lot of work on yourself. But in regards to like freedom and what it is that you want. And I feel as though this is attracting a brand new energy in your life. It would be really interesting and we'll do financial stuff later on, but to actually, because you're manifesting completely different circumstances and completely different energies. So I would say enjoy every moment of it, pile one, and do let me know, love-wise, what's going on with you in January 2020, the brand new decade, brand new beginnings for you. Do give me a thumbs up if any of this resonated, and do let me know in the comments, even if you have to come back in a month's time. I'd love to hear from you if any of this resonated, and I'm really excited for the fun that you're going to have in the beginning of January and all the way through January 2020. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, pile two, if this is you and you chose the little piggy, little pink piggy, again, this is your love forecast for January 2020. Let's get in there and see what you've got. Serendipity. How beautiful. Dragon. Power and strength. I love this. 24 could be a number for you too. 18. I love this. I love, 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 love. Ooh, this is great. 7 of Wands reversed. Oh, the World Tree. I just love this energy of this already. As with pile one, I'm just going to go ahead because I like reading them at the same time. Let's see what kind of words you get here. Ooh. So am and S right here. Language, sweet, shadow, languid. That's a great word. Show, sing. So sing. Some of these are ER. You're not going to be in the ER. That's not what that means. 1,000, ache and chant. So, as we said with pile one, you could definitely put some sentences together. I'm sure that would work. And if you, like I said with pile one, if you find anything or anything resonates with you or screams at you, especially with the words, do let me know in the comments. I'm just going to read them as I see. So the first thing I'm getting is this great energy here. And like, honestly, it's this passionate energy, pile two. This is really wonderful. So I feel as though with you and the dragon, I'm getting the power and strength. You might even come into contact with, there's somebody coming in 2020. I'm feeling January really quickly. You're absolutely ready for this. And I feel as though you are very, very, very powerful. The universe is on your side. I feel as though dragon energy. So with the Chinese zodiac, I feel dragon energy is one of my favorite energies. They have a lot of power and strength, and they're not afraid of strong women or men or anybody in between, however it is that you are, which is absolutely normal and perfect. So it's not about gender or anything, but whoever your mate is, regardless of gender, I feel as though, and whoever you are, regardless of gender, I feel as though you are very powerful and strong. I feel as though sometimes that power and that strength either gets mediated, sometimes it gets shut down, sometimes it doesn't get integrated into the world in the way that it normally doesn't. And I feel like sometimes you just downright scare people away. And I feel as though in the past, that's what you've done. Now, of course, they say, and it's absolutely true, you can't scare anything or anyone away that wasn't for you. So you don't need to worry about any of that. But I feel as though it was a very frustrating process. I feel as though your power too brought up a lot of resistance around people, and that's something that you've had to deal with, particularly that got projected onto your sort of love relationships. Well, let me tell you, this is brand new, and the universe with the serendipity is bringing you into a brand new energy. So I can say firmly in 2020, there is definitely a suitor coming in for you. That is a little bit dark, I would say. I love the languid and the language. I mean, this guy or girl or anyone, they they are this sort of mixture of sweet and loving, but they're sharp. I feel as though they definitely have a dark sense of humor. I feel as though they understand the sort of power dynamic in the way that you are, and they're very confident within themselves. I feel as though there's a spirituality and a sweetness to them. But I feel as though they're the sort of person that you really wouldn't want to cross under certain circumstances. And you never need to worry about that because they're very protective. But again, very, very sweet. But there's a very strong, passionate energy around you, pile two, that's coming up. And it really, I would not be surprised if this person if they were not a fire sign and had a lot of fire in their chart, or for the Chinese zodiac, if they weren't a dragon. So dragons particularly, not only are they powerful and they represent strength, but they're usually not necessarily high up, but they're usually, if they're not high up in whatever it is they do, insofar as they're extremely successful, then they're extremely brilliant at what they do, whether they've been discovered or not yet. So this kind of brilliance that's going to come into your life is definitely going to match yours, because I feel as though you are brilliant in many ways. I feel as though there's a creativity around you that is really unique and has a vastness to it. I feel as though you're also the sort of person that can fit into sort of any kind of room with any kind of people. You really have that sort of chameleon aspect. The one thing that you don't put up with is injustice, or if people are insulting, particularly insulting other people around you. You don't stand for that. And I feel as though you can be sharp-tongued when it comes to that. So you don't have much tolerance there. But besides that, you're some sort of a kind of a chameleon. Which is kind of a great way to be. I think in the past, sometimes you've lost a sense of identity because you fit in so well to pretty much any kind of existence that you put yourself into, that sometimes it was a case of, them versus you in the most extreme, or where do they stop and I begin? You kind of lost yourself a little bit. But I feel with this passionate energy coming in, they'll be able to pick you out of a room. And regardless of how you fit in and what you're doing, your uniqueness will stand out very much to them. And I feel as though the universe with the serendipity here, let's have a look at this card. I mean, this is you. I mean, you've been in this boat. You've been sailing around. You've been seeing what's out there. And I feel as though you've done a lot of work on yourself, and you're definitely ready for this energy. If you didn't do a lot of work and you weren't open to it, you wouldn't be able to manifest it. And this is all you. Serendipity happens when you are ready. The universe steps up when you are ready and you make space for something. I feel as though last year you were just not only clearing, or this year, well, it will be last year because this is January, but not only were you clearing out and releasing a lot of your past, but I feel as though you were just busy. You were busy, busy, busy. And I think, for you, romance was either not really on the forefront of what you were looking for, or when you did put out a little bit of energy, let's be honest, pal, too, not a huge amount of effort in 2019, but when you did test the waters, you weren't that impressed, and that was fair enough. So you sort of went back in the boat, went off and still did your own thing. So serendipity is coming in a huge way here. And I feel as though you will definitely be swept off your feet. And this person is just going to be wonderful and a breath of fresh air. So I definitely see some sort of party. It could even be a New Year's Eve party. It's some kind of celebration. It could even be, I keep seeing, and this could be just, it doesn't have to be that specific. And again, this is a general reading, so take what you will. But I see like art, so it could be art opening an art gallery, something like that, something and opening some sort of celebration. You won't necessarily be meaning to meet anyone, but I feel as though this person will be very intriguing to you. It is a brand new relationship in many ways because it's brand new on every level. And what I love about this, the dragon, as we've said before, but we're going to bring home the idea of this person is really going to love your integrity and who you are as a person, your individuality, your uniqueness. You get to say, am. I am. Whereas before, like we said, you sort of intimidated people and you try to hide some of that strength, I think, or try to hide sort of some of that uniqueness, maybe fit in a little bit to fit in order to attract. But this person is definitely going to see you in a brand new way. And I definitely feel a lot of passion. There's a lot of fire in this. So if they're really not a dragon, then they'll have a lot of fire energy. The other thing that I'm getting too, and again, this is a general reading. So if this person is younger than what your numerological, apparently I can't speak today, your age is, then please don't think twice about it. This is a relationship for you to go in and have fun and to regroup and understand who you are in a brand new way. And it's going to be a really healing relationship for you because you get to see how brilliant you are through somebody else's eyes, which is something you don't get to see very often unless it's family members or children or certain friends. So I think this is amazing. So that's the one thing that might hold you back. And again, this is a general reading, but I'm picking up some of that for some of you. It's like, oh, this person's, younger. Again, it really doesn't matter. Please enjoy where you are. It doesn't necessarily mean that for every single situation here, Pile 2, that this person will be younger. But for some of you, I feel as though regardless of whether they're younger or not, they are going to be old souls. And as we've said before, this person is going to absolutely know who they are. And you're going to really enjoy them. A lot of play, a lot of laughing, again, sense of humor. Something I feel as though that you've hidden in past relationships, or you've, in past relationship, it's not been as appreciated. I feel as though some of you have got this dark wit. Well, it's going to be appreciated here. So go in and have fun. And also, I just got this last message. We have sing here. So some of you actually might be singers, but it's singer I put in there. So this person is going to be the other side of it too, the singer. So you're not going to be alone. This is a person that you're going to have some kind of relationship with. This is going to be brand new. We don't want to put any pressure on it. I'm certainly not going to see where this goes at this point. At this point, it's really important for you just to open and have fun and really enjoy yourself in a brand new relationship, seeing yourself completely differently and the way that you deserve to be seen and treated. So brand new. Yeah, I think some of you have been aching for this relationship in some ways. But again, the ache has been sort of integrated throughout 2019. You're no longer aching for that. It's just you've sort of moved out of that. You've stretched out of the ache, and now you're getting out there and seeing what's out there. And I feel as though this is, your roots are strong. We said we know who you know who you are. Serendipity, the universe is completely behind you. And you won't have to fight with this person. You won't have to fight to be seen. I just sort of got this S for Superman, which I thought was really funny. I just got the S on the chest. So this person is definitely a rise above who you've dated in the past. So Pile 2, please go out there and enjoy yourself and enjoy being the belle of the ball because you deserve it. And that's what's going to happen for you in 2020. I'm really excited for you. You have been ready for this probably for a little while. But I think, like we've said, you kind of put it off or the water has not been warm enough for you, but it is. Next year is going to be incredible for you in general. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. So when you meet this mystery person, and they come into your life, at a celebration, or could be a friend's birthday. Like I said, for some of you, I definitely see like paintings behind you, or some kind of coming together for some sort of opening or something like that. And yeah, for some of you, I keep seeing LA, but obviously that can't be all of you. So again, this is general, take what you will. But do let me know if this resonated. Give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you feel this energy is something that you would like in your life a little bit more. And please feel free to come back and let me know what happened in 2020 January for your love forecast. I can't wait for you. If you need to come back after the month is done, that's great too. But I'd love to hear from you. Take care and enjoy pile 2. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 3, this is you, last but very much not least. So if you chose the little bunny, the sweet little bunny, this is your love forecast for January. Soulmates. All right. We've got restriction. We've got 16. Oh, this is so funny. You had a bunny rabbit here too, and here you're actually riding the bunny rabbit. 4 of Cups, this is wonderful, so you're looking up. And the Green Man, so the Fool, 0. I love this, and this is what we did for. So there's a few different things going on here. I did this for pile 1 and pile 2. I'm just going to pull some words right now. Finger, okay. Have, crush, there you go. P. That's okay, sweet. So some of you may already have a crush. Y, U, 1000, and this is ing. Crushing, crushing it. Okay, finger, have. Okay, so as I said before, with pile 1 and pile 2, you're welcome to put these together and see if you can actually make a sentence. I'm just going to go on the messages that I'm getting based on the reading and the channeling message that I'm getting here. But by all means, let me know in the comments if something resonated with you, or you saw something that resonated with you that was specific. That's the reason why we're doing this. So there's a few different things going on. There's definitely a longing for a relationship and a soulmate. And there's definitely, there's definitely a sort of a longing and a brand new beginning. There's also been, I think for some of you, there's been a crush from afar, though. I mean, I don't know if it's like a work situation or somebody that you're crushing on or projecting on. I feel as though for some of you that there are... there's somebody or there's an energy around you, and while you're trying to figure out what it is or who it is that you want, the sort of person that you want, and trying situations on, you've been projecting upon maybe a certain person, so you can sort of test the waters, or maybe it's a safe haven for you. I feel as though the idea of love... I feel as though you've sort of played on the sidelines a little bit, pile 3, when it comes to love. And I feel as though there's a timidness to you that's super sweet. And I feel as though it's about, and I love this image for you, and I love these 2 images for you. Now, the restriction is because I feel as though you shut things down for a while because you were just, you're a caretaker and you were attracting the wrong kinds of people. And I feel as though the crushes that you had maybe didn't manifest into anything else. And that could have been disappointing. Maybe you were in and around some people that you sort of projected upon, like we said at the beginning, and nothing came of it and you were a little bit disappointed. But what you were doing is that you were playing it safe. I feel as though that's what you've been doing. And... that's not what 2020 is asking you to do. And this is what we've got here. So we have the Green Man, which is the Fool. This is a brand new beginning. So you are ready. And we also have the Bunny Rabbit, which you chose, which, you know, for you, you know, I want to be careful with this word timid. I don't feel as though you're timid. I feel as though you're shy. Now, some of you, and this could be a general reading, so take what you want and leave what doesn't resonate. But for some of you, it would be surprising for you to be shy in relationships, and for some of you it wouldn't be. People wouldn't be surprised. But even if you are sort of loud or gregarious in other situations, I feel as though you are quite shy in relationships, or not as forceful, or I keep saying not a go-getter. But I feel as though that's been in the past, and now you know what you want. I feel as though you're ready to go out there. And what I love about this energy here is that you're not on a horse, you're on a bunny, and you're willing to take the reins, but you're doing it on your own terms. So there's this sort of sweetness to you, but you're putting yourself out there in a brand new way, and it's definitely going to pay off, because I know that there's been this soulmate energy around you. I can feel that it is, and I feel as though you feel as though there is somebody out there for you, and I can tell you there definitely is. I'll probably post it down below, but I believe I did. If I didn't do a soulmate, I did a new lover one, but I'm definitely going to do a soulmate. So bear with me. I'm definitely going to do a soulmate or a future spouse reading, because I feel as though you're coming into this kind of energy. And it's almost like you've been saving your resources for this one person. You're a terribly sweet, sweet individual. You'll do anything for anyone. And sometimes people have taken advantage of you, but that's fine. You know, and there's an aspect of you that's you know, I want to be really clear. Just because you're sweet, it doesn't mean that, you know, you get trodden all over. In the past you may have, but you have this incredible sense of loyalty and this incredible strength that runs all the way through who you are. So I feel as though you are ready for a brand new beginning with where you are going. And now P, I feel as though, you know, I'm getting like Peter, or maybe a P. That could be initial of the person that's coming into your life. The other thing that I keep getting for finger too is like, you know, those signposts, at least we have them in Europe. They have signposts that sort of point in a certain direction. They tell you to go down that road. I think you probably have them here, maybe in smaller towns. So that's what I'm getting. I feel as though the universe is giving you signs to move forward, and you're really listening because you are ready to understand who you are and to move forward. And what I love about the Four of Cups is that you've got this dreamlike energy to you. I feel as though you've been manifesting and dreaming this person coming into your life. And the one thing I love about this situation is normally you're one of those people, you're prone to perfectionism. Everybody is. But I feel as though you're the sort of person, because of the shyness, or the unwillingness to be seen in certain situations, many of you feel as though you need to have all your ducks in a row to get out there. You have to be sort of, quote unquote, like, you know, perfect before you get out there, and you attract the right person. You've started to realize that perfection is absolutely idiotic. It doesn't get anybody anywhere. No one's looking for perfection, and the people who think they're perfect are the most that are heavily flawed. So I feel as though with the Four of Cups, you know who you are, you know you have enough, you're willing to go out there and be seen. And this is huge for you. I feel as though this is a massive new beginning for you, to go out there, and the soulmate that you've been feeling, I feel as though you do feel as though that there is somebody for you. Now, I'm not going to go fully into whether this is, you know, a soulmate situation versus twin flame or this, that, and the other. Let's not put any label on it, because there's a purity to it, a newness, a brand new beginning. And there's a simplicity to this relationship that will just fall into place. But you do have soulmate energy around you. Now, you weren't restricted before, but you did, you were clearing out stuff from the past, particularly other relationships that were significant to you. You may have had children with this other person, or you may have, I know it sounds silly, but like a dog or some kind of responsibility that you've had with an ex, and you were busy clearing all of that out so you could have a brand new beginning, and you've done that. So there was no real restriction, but there was a sense of somebody else's energy still there being needed to clear out. Now, when I say clearing out old energy, you were done with this person, but the relationship needed to be swept away. The remnants of the relationship needed to be swept away. So even though you were dreaming of this new relationship and keeping it in the back of your mind and still wondering where they were and manifesting on your own terms, you were fully aware that the time probably wasn't right. And last year, but coming into January, which is when this is you going out vulnerable into your brand new beginning. Now, with the Green Man too, this is celebration. Everybody's coming together. And again, this is you claiming your energy on your own terms. There's nothing wrong with having a warrior spirit and having, Wonder Woman and all of those iconographies around you and your personality. And there's aspects of your personality that absolutely lend to all of that sort of archetype. But I feel like for you, you're very tender and sweet in these relationships, and you're putting that energy first and moving forward in that. You will be attracting your soulmate. That person is coming in and around you. It is a real situation. Now, whether this comes out of a crush situation, I feel as though there's two ways to see this. You're either coming out of the sort of projecting crush phase where you're on the outside of it and you don't really have to do much about it. You're not really invested. Your heart's not really invested. You're just trying things on. And you're moving into the actuality of love. Or the crush that you were previously projecting on actually turns out to be somebody that you really could have this kind of relationship with. But whoever they are, they're an old soul with 1,000 years, sweet. The why is over. I feel as though, there was a lot of questions that you were asking yourself, especially when you were clearing out all of the old. And, you had to come back to you. But the and the have, these are words that make me feel as though you are coming into, and again, with the signpost here, you're definitely coming into this new energy of brand new beginnings with this person. And again, this person is a soulmate. Now, they could be a P. Peter or Pete is the first name that comes to mind. But, there's obviously other Petes out there. Obviously there's more than one Pete's. But there's obviously other P's out there. Piper, Prue. I'm just going through charmed names now. But, there's all sorts of other names that are out there. But P could be kind of an indication of a name. We shall see. But I feel as though for you, going out there, this energy of the soulmate is coming in. And I feel as though you are ready. You are ready. This celebration is going to be around you. And what I would say is that when you least expect it, so go out there and be you. But this manifestation of this person that you've absolutely, I'm sorry to do this, that you've been dreaming and manifesting, and your willingness to go out there with your vulnerability and everything that you are is going to attract this like really sweet, soft-spoken, wonderful person, and who's really going to look at you as if you are like the best thing that ever happened to them. So this is definitely this sort of soulmate kind of beautiful situation coming in. And like we have these two butterflies here, and they're actually fairies too. So elemental energy, maybe they are a little bit of earth, but maybe an air sign, that sort of sign, or a mutable sign. I'm feeling Sagittarius too, because I do feel as though there's a little bit of fire around the soulmate that's coming in, but there's a gentle fire, like this openness, this mutable, the very, very easygoing, which is maybe not the sort of person that you would have attracted before. I feel as though the sort of other people that you've attracted before either shut you down or they were sort of closed in some ways. But you've gotten through this, and you're ready to dream. and see where this goes. So I'm really excited for you, pile 3. This person is definitely coming in. I want to say this energy is going to be around you in January in one way or another. Now, this energy could be already around you, like we said, if it's a work type situation or if it's a crush situation, coming into something a little bit more. But this energy will be coming in and around you with this brand new beginning. And you should be feeling it already. With the soulmate situation, you usually do feel it a little bit before, because the connection is already there. And yeah, and you guys are going to want the same things. You're going to be, I would say in many ways, you'll be polar opposites, but your morality, what you want in this world, your sort of your ground foundation will be very, very similar. You'll both have a very, very tender, beautiful heart. I'm really excited for you, pile 3. You absolutely deserve this, you sweet, sweet, sweet person. Yeah, you absolutely do. And I can't wait for this to happen. So if this resonated with you, especially if they're already around you, this energy, or you're feeling it already, do let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Please feel free to let me know in the comments below what happened for you and your love forecast in January 2020. Please do let me know. I can't wait. And if you have to wait till the end of January and get back to me, then do. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening, night, morning, whenever you are watching this. And I wish all the best for you. Love and light. And until we meet again, bye-bye.